But it is this quintessential rites of passage story. You begin with this young woman who has all these hopes and dreams. She has this dream of going to Oxford. She has no idea that she's then about to be thrown into this horrifying inferno of war.
Brittain, get some antiseptic on this filthy hun.
Her book of remembrance has become an anthem for this lost generation.
Vera Brittain was a young woman born in 1893, the daughter of a paper manufacturer. She was brought up in Buxton in Derbyshire. She had one younger brother, Edward, and from an early age she wanted to be a writer. She also wanted the kind of education that it was still difficult for a woman to get, an education at a university.
She rebelled against her lot in life, which was meant to be getting married and not bothering about education or broadening her horizons in any way.
You've judged me already. You think I'm frivolous, a provincial upstart, but I'm not.
I think you're keen to stand out.
Yes.
She is a very feisty young woman. Sometimes I wonder if I had met her, if I actually would have liked her the second she walked into the room. But still, that's probably what she had to do at that time, you know, to be able to express herself.
Come and see your surprise.
The film is Vera Brittain. What Alicia Vikander offered to me is she has an incredible emotional intelligence and she has wells of depth, really, that you just think into those eyes.
In 1916, she wrote to Edward, her brother, that if they both survived the war, it was her intention to write a book about the experiences of herself, Roland, Edward and Victor.
Taron Egerton has Edward's artistic side, very kind of gentle, affectionate brother. They're almost like twins.
No.
Colin Morgan, he plays brilliantly the Victor, who's deeply in love with Vera, really, and Colin captured that beautifully. Kit Harington, you get a kind of soulful, romantic leader of men.
How many generations get the chance to be involved in something like this? I can't let others do my duty for me.
It's the first time I've ever played a character who really existed. And then I had a strange moment one night where I was lying in bed and thought, God, if I don't do this man justice. To me, that was quite a profound thing to be doing.
There's a real sense of duty whenever you're representing someone's life, because there's no way they could have ever thought something like this was going to happen, so there's a sense that you then have to do them proud.
I just love making those big scenes when you have tons of extras. Those scenes at the train station. Didn't see one crew member because there was so many extras, all of them in costumes, and they were really in it. And all those women that played with me saying goodbye to their husbands and maybe seeing them for the last time. That really made me be able to just jump into, and it was almost like a bit of a time travel.
We wanted this subjectivity and this immersive, experiential quality to the film, and James Kent is somebody who's really embraced that.
The first act is the summer before the storm. Everyone in the audience knows the storm is coming, but it was a beautiful Edwardian summer. They're kind of children in innocence, so we're very fluid with our camera work, we're very lush with the photography, but as the film progresses, we kind of compress the scale, as if the tide of history is kind of pushing itself into their psyche. And so what you get is it gets increasingly darker, it gets more handheld, and by the end, we're really uptight to her, and you feel that she is literally pressing up the burden that is forcing itself down upon her.
We recreated the Etapel, this appalling place of mud and rain and amputated bodies, and one really had a sense then of the journey that Vera had gone on from her comfortable home and the ivory towers to this place of death and blood and gore.
So I think we should only have the last ones coming in, but they come in early.
Now just stop there, Bob.
It's probably still Vera's first.
Unless you've got some insight into how Vera Brittain witnessed war, you cannot understand why she became a pacifist. You cannot understand that she had seen countless young men in their early 20s lose their limbs, lose their sight, be impaired by mustard gas, and the grief and the kind of young hopes extinguished by war. And it felt really important to me not to cut back on that.
I'm cold.
I'll get you a blanket.
It was doing a scene where I'm lying in no man's land and under a rain tower, and I was only under it for half an hour, with costume girls buzzing around me and keeping me warm and giving me blankets, and then I got changed and I was fine, and I thought, these men did this for 4 years.
For me, it's been an eye-opener, not knowing much about that period. It can feel a bit lost to us. I think it's important to keep that alive, that these are people that we can all be inspired by. I don't think we realise how easy we have it.
Although this is a film imbued with loss, and Vera goes through so many bereavements on her journey,
We send our men to war.
there's something incredibly optimistic and hopeful in some strange way about Testament of Youth. She is this indestructible spirit.
I'm off to France in a few days. Funnily enough, the eyesight doesn't seem to be such a problem anymore.
Will you see Molly before you go?
He always told us to seize the moment, Vera. Remember? He's so good at that. A painless and noble death. Important to hold on to.
He had nearly a whole day after he was shot. Why was there no message for us? Someone must have been there with him.
Nurse. You're walking on air, Nurse. Oh, go on. Spill the beans.
I'm going to Brighton in the morning to meet my fiancé. We're getting married.
Now you're a reason for a man to get through, miss. If you don't mind my saying.
Now settle down and get some sleep.
Another no-show? Well, he'll get you when he can, I'm sure. Come on, let's walk.
I need to rest.
Oh, nonsense. The best thing for nervous upset is exercise.
I'm not upset.
Chop, chop.
You know, some of the time here I'm actually happy.
Of course you are. You're addicted with him, just like the rest of us. It's what happens when it's over that's real worry. All that mopping up to do. Ghastly. Yes. Ah. Oh, look at those two. All the signs are there. Give them a few minutes and they'll be in the bushes. Not my preferred location. All that flora and fauna around here are prickly as hell. Do I shock you, nurse? Ah, yes, you see, gone. Here, little bunnies. Where are you? cross? Oh, marvellous. Oh. Well, he must have a very chilly willy.
Miss Brittain. What is it?
I'm sorry to disturb you. I wanted to say thank you for allowing me to come back again. I really do appreciate it.
Well, I can't tell you the bother it caused. Now, if that is everything.
I want to change courses to history. I feel I need to study real events. Why things happen the way they do.
I understand you were at the front. I did wonder about you, as a matter of fact. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
There is some soul of goodness in things evil. Would men knowingly distill it out? Henry V, Miss Brittain, one of my favourites. History and great literature. The two need not be mutually exclusive.
No.